Alright, we got a lot of new cards to discuss. The game's coming out next month very shortly with the booster pack in November, but let's go over some of the more booster pack cards here. So we got an Ultraman R card level 2, 9,000 power on a double stack. Reveal top 5 cards of your deck, put a scene card among them, and then send the rest to the discard area. So again, you're filtering for the scenes that are going to help you win in battle. Arc did just get a plus 2,000 BP scene card that can possibly be beneficial for the final round, depending. Or you're going to need an R card to discard to even use it. So keep that in mind when it comes to scenes, but this will come great with a Blazar deck, because Blazar needs its scene to go ham and go off in like 2 seconds to guarantee your level ups to level 3 very quickly so you can win the battle, really, win combat. So that's interesting. We got a nice uncommon Decker here. The Donald Breaker. You may give an Ultra Heroes adjacent to this character plus 1,000 PP for the turn. Adjacent to this character, so you can put them in the middle, and then the two guys get pretty much 1,000 power. It says you may give the Ultra Hero adjacent to this character. There could be 2 adjacents, keep that in mind. One, because you have one to the side, one in the middle, so it'd be your middle, then your 3 pieces would kind of stick there. So that's good. Now let's go over our new triple rare Ultraman Decker Flash type. So how this card works is while you have another triple Ultra Hero, so you have to have another 3 stack, all your single Decker and triggers, so it looks like a Decker and trigger deck is being formed here to make an ultimate effect happen, have their BP grade increased by 1. This effect does not stack, so even if you play 2 of these, the effects does not stack at all. They try to make it fair. So if you play a level 1 Decker or a level 1 trigger, guess what? Increase their battle power by 1. Which means they get a double stack, pretty much. Have their BP increase, which is great. So now it's like you're not really losing resources, and you get your double stack for the next combat, really, when this card's prepped on round 2. And if round 3 comes around and you had your first 2 stacks, that means the next card you play is going to be at 2 power if you didn't have the next level to that card's stack, really. Which is interesting when you think about it, but definitely good to see that we got our 18K reveal, believe it or not, on a triple rare card. So we finally have a high power here. That can probably go to 19,000 depending on the power-ups. So Decker and Trigger will possibly be a good combination deck. We'll see. Let's move on. So a couple of things. We've got to look at some of the starters here. Ultraman Geed Galaxy Rising, another triple rare. When this card enters play, you may give one of your double Geeds a BP grade increased by 1 for the turn. Which is good in a lot of ways due to the fact that, hang on a sec, where's my original picture here? Due to the fact that Geed only goes up to 17,000 on this one. So Galaxy Rise is pretty much here to make sure your Geed, or this Geed, hits its prowess, really. You can go to pretty much level 3 for the turn. If you had to survive for that turn, he saved you so you can go into another round with more combat stats, chures happening. But it's good that this is a single to double, because believe it or not, if you didn't have the Geed, if you had level 1 Geed and level 2 Geed, at least this, or if you have level 2 Geed and you go into level 3 Geed, that just means that at least you'll be able to go to 17K for that column, and hopefully you win the match, because then this card pretty much loses its value after that. It's just pretty much an 11K unit unless you have a level 4 Geed that we haven't seen yet. But we'll see. And of course, next is Ultraman Gaia, which is a searcher for pretty much a high power searcher, really, because we did just get a Gaia that said, look at the top cards of your deck. But this one's a 2-stack look at the top cards, so you get to really keep your scene advantage here in the lead player stage when you're going for stuff. You may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 Ultraman Tiga, Ultraman Dyna, and Ultraman and Ultra Gaia, the battle in hyperspace Tiga or Dyna card from among them into your hand. Send the rest to your discard area. So this pretty much gives you a 1 card of Tiga, Dyna, or Gaia. But only Gaia the battle in hyperspace version. Some of these cards do have like certain wording because that says Galaxy Rising, that says Flash type, that says Breaker. So they might actually have cards that do say the battle in hyperspace, Ultraman Zero and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, Ultraman Tiga and Dyna. So we'll see how that plays out. But so far the triplers are making the game look a little bit more exciting, a little bit more pressure, so we'll see how some of these cards can affect. But right now, Decker's looking solid as a pretty good base, since a lot of trigger effects have been dealing with deleting a scene just in case. So I like that Decker and Trigger are being best buddies here. And it goes to show that you will have more of the scene control when it comes to Trigger's level 2. So that's good. And that just means that Trigger level 2 will pretty much hit its grade 2 power on a 1 stack or a 2 stack, really. But this Decker's just good in the fact that it kind of saves you from worrying about missing a stack for a turn, really. And once you get that stack, you can start going up and so on and so forth. Those one little paddle powers that are interesting, really. So, again, more interesting triple rares revealed. This will be awesome to keep digesting. So, we'll see. Especially the Golden Age Breaker here, giving 1,000 to adjacent columns, making him 19k. And making a trigger possibly 18k if the max trigger triple rare is a 17k. So lots to look into, homies. But that's all we have today. Peace out.